but like that shot you played there when it was coming towards the 7, felt like it was going to get there, but it looked like it slowed down a bit. It's not good when you can't judge. Yeah, everybody's all on stuff. You got like a little draw shot like this. Yeah, yes. Yes.
Can I get the chalk out?
Yeah, they need to stop with canoe job.
Is it?
The other stuff is down, but to the ball from you.
Oh.
welcome to the Predator World 10 Ball Championships here from the Rio All Suites Hotel in Las Vegas. And what a cracking match we've got for you for our second game of the day. Thorsten HOHMANN, the legend from Germany, Jason Shaw, the legend from Scotland, from Glasgow. With me in the booth, Mr. Tony Robles from, I believe, Miami now. Is that right, Tony?
That is correct. It's great to be here with you again, bud. Yeah, this is a great matchup right here.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. When I saw it, I was doing a little bit of ironing in my room this morning, so I look nice and smart on the microphone for you, Tony.
Looking sharp, kid. Looking sharp.
I feel sharp. So, it's dry. Jason comes to the table. Nice shot at the one, Tony. So, cast your expert eye around this beautiful Predator Apex table and tell us what you see.
Well, he definitely needs to get at least straight on the 2-ball in order to avoid running into the 3. The 4 to the 5 is really the key here. I don't see any major problems here because the 7's kind of like a little bit in the way. So I don't know if he's going to decide to shoot the 5 ball in the lower left-hand pocket. Yeah, he's fine. The 7 is in the way.
Lovely soft little stroke. Danny Rao plays them well, doesn't he? Little backswing and still pushes through. Like you say, stroke, don't poke.
That's right. Be just enough to get past the 7. Here, I can't tell if he can kill it or not. If he can kill it, then he's in good shape. He'll end up more or less with the same angle he has on the 5 now.
This is a race to 8, guys. Alternate break. 30-second shot
clock. You can always go back and forth. Yeah, it is a race to 8, Mark. Go ahead.
No. You're all right. Carry on. It's 10 ball, of course. It's a cool shot. No early 10s. No 10s on the break either.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I made a combination on the 10 in my very first match and started collecting the balls. Gave a ball in hand. I gave a ball in hand. Luckily, fortunately for me, I won the match, but still, it almost cost me the match.
Well, I made exactly the same mistake. There was a golden break, and I hadn't heard about the rule change in the very first rack of the very first round of the of this, of course. Sorry, of the Las Vegas Open, because they done the rule change, didn't they? No early 10s. So here comes a late 10, and it goes. Jason takes the first one. So tell us what you know about Thorsten.
Thorsten and I are very close friends. I've known him since he first won the World Championship back in the 2000s. When I played the Mosconi Cup in 2004 in Holland, he basically begged me to fly to Germany instead of Holland so that I can meet his family. So him and Charlie Williams picked me up at the airport in Germany, and he introduced me to his family. We spent a couple of days there. He showed me the academy that he grew up, where he learned how to play, and we had an exhibition match, and it was great. It was unbelievable. And I was there during Christmas time, so I got to see, Christmas time in Germany.
Lovely.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Oh, the nice Christmas markets,
man. Yeah. It was unbelievable. It was amazing.
I hope he paid for your flight. He misdirected or redirected you, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he drove me to Holland. It was like a 4-hour drive after that to the Mosconi Cup, so we had a blast.
Excellent.
He made the 10 on the break, so that's going to be spotted up right away.
Yeah.
But he scared me, though, because he was going like 160 miles an hour in the, what is it you call it, the Autobahn?
Yeah, there's no speed limit.
I never went that fast. But I said, bro, I need you to slow down. I don't feel comfortable with the speed.
Yeah, Jason had having the 1 ball cleaned. Referee Michaela Tapp from the same city as Jason. Glasgow, Scotland. Lovely country. Put that on your bucket list, Tony. It's a beautiful country.
Oh, yeah. No, my wife and I plan on going there at some point. We plan on traveling the world. I've already been to Italy, Greece, Paris, a little bit of Spain. Unbelievable.
It's a nice shot down the route. Well, he looks like he means business.
Oh, yeah. He's going to go 2 rails here and end up right in between the 6 and the 9.
Plenty of other action going on, guys. Ko Pin-Yi is heel-heel with Sharik Saeed.
Right in between the 6 and the 9 right there. That's perfect. And he has just the right angle to slide it over to get straight on the 4.
Doesn't want to be treetop, Tony.
Yeah, no, doesn't want to end up, you know where, on top of Mount Everest. So here he wants just enough angle so he can draw past the side pocket for the 6 in the top left hand, because I'm assuming the 6 doesn't go past the 7.
Just like that. Looks perfect to me.
I mean, if it goes past the 7, then he doesn't have to move the cue ball much. But if it doesn't, then he's going to want to draw to the opposite, play the 6 in the opposite corner. I think he overdrew that a bit. So the question here is, Mark, can he get past the 8 and the 9 without touching it? If not, then if he runs into one of them, he'll be fine either way, as long as he hits it kind of like on the thick side. Can get past the 8 and the 9 right before the side pocket, and he's good.
Well, that's worked out okay as well. A bit more travelling to do with the cue ball, but he's on the 7 ball. Great result to tell you about, guys. While you were watching the Kazakis-Ruiz match and while you were commentating on it, Tony, I was watching young Eric Roberts play against Roman Hebler from Czech Republic.
Wow,
and he's done it again. He's done it again. He's beaten Roman 8-5. Playing some great stuff. Beat Niels Feijen yesterday, of course.
And Roman had a great tournament. I think he had a great tournament in the Alpha, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He played great.
Played very
Roman's
well.
playing super strong.
Very intense player, Roman. Very disappointed to lose as well as, well, it's understandable, isn't it? You come all this way. In it goes. So 2-0, Tony. Let's just bring you up to date with some scores around the room. Ko Pin-Yi, as I said, is 7-7 with Sharik Saeed. Roberto Bartol is 2-1 up against Corey Gill. Now, while we're talking about Corey Gill, let's just... everyone's talking about his breaking with the rest, with the bridge. Can you tell people the logic behind that?
The only thing that I can think of is Corey doesn't feel comfortable hitting the ball as accurately on the break. That's from what I've seen. And, you know, he figures that by using the bridge, he has a much better chance of hitting it accurately, but he's still not hitting it hard enough.
I think
it's coming up dry in the break a lot.
Yeah. I think I saw someone say that it helps him keep the cue at the better height for him. Well, he uses the little slide thing as well, doesn't he, on his cue?
Where the slide thing that he has is kind of stiff, so that guarantees that that stick goes in a straight line regardless, you know. So I don't know, you know, everyone has their own little thing.
A little foible. So what do you reckon here, Tony?
Well, let's see. I mean, Thorsten broke harder there than he did the first one and still came up dry.
Are you pushing? Or are you kicking?
I don't know. I think he might be able to bank that one ball 2 rails in front of that set of balls and leave the cue ball in front of the 6 and the 7. You know, if he banks it right short of the 10 ball, right past the 9 ball in the side pocket, he can bank it 2 rails, unless he can't see it. Oh,
I don't think he can see it. Yeah, that's why I asked. Is he going to push? Yeah.
Whether maybe that's what he's going to do. He's going to jump and double bank it maybe, you know.
He's got some very flashy shoes on. I know that.
Very flashy looking jump cue. Got a little butt in the end and everything.
Mr. Bling.
So what did he just call side pocket? I missed that.
A nice safety. Has he got cover, Tony? Well, no cover, but no real shot on the one ball.
And no easy safety here either. I mean, if he can send the one right between the 5 and the 4, he has the potential to send the cue ball 3 rails underneath the 10.
Was his extension?
Question is, can he avoid the double kiss? Or can he avoid going past the 4 without, you know, touching it at all? Because if not, then he might not have a choice but to shoot the combination, if he can see it.
Sure, he called it.
Oh, he can definitely shoot the combination for sure. He jumped up a bit in there. Look, I was talking about putting behind the 10, but he did it accidentally.
We also have the Women's Alpha Las Vegas Open going on at the same time. 6 tables out to our right. Ladies playing the 2 races to 4. This, of course, race to 8 at this stage.
I think that's where he wanted to be.
Well, the only consolation, Tony, is it's slightly awkward queuing over the 5 ball, but shouldn't be a problem for the man from Deutschland, proudly displaying his country.
Well, the question here is, can he hit it full enough to draw back and still end up with enough of the 2 ball to see, you know, to make it? Because if he can, he might have to go back and forth or hit it with follow. Oh yeah, he can definitely hit it full enough. Look at that. Look how great he hit that one.
Perfect.
I want to say hi to Thorsten HOHMANN's girlfriend, Sayaka, who was here for about, I'm going to say 5 or 6 days, so I'm pretty sure she's probably watching. Hi, Sayaka. We miss you over here already. And also to Thorsten's family, as well as Jason's family. Ara Shaw, his wife, is here with his kids.
Yeah,
so they're having a blast going all over, yeah.
I haven't seen Liana. I think she's back home. I think she's got school.
Oh, is he going to go behind the 5 there? Because that's the speed that it looks like he hit it with. Unfortunately, yes.
Well, hasn't got it. So needs to kick this, Tony. Come up with two railer maybe. Call it in the side. Hopefully the cue ball stays.
Yeah, call it in the corner is a better option.
Going 1 route.
And he has to hit this with speed, so that way he can hopefully cause separation between the 4 and the 5 possible.
Oh, don't scratch. Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, ouch, that one's gonna hurt.
See, I always think that's just unlucky that you can't legislate for those, can you? Actually, I'd like to do something. I'd like to say hello to your lovely wife and little Antonio.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. They're actually on a plane back home to Miami now.
Oh, so they won't hear me then?
They were, yeah, they won't hear you, but they'll hear you later on. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. But yeah, they took a 7-day trip to Colorado to go skiing with little one. He had some skiing lessons and everything. Yeah.
Do you know what? When I mentioned where you must visit Scotland, I was going to say to you, you must go skiing in Aviemore. There's some great skiing in Aviemore in Scotland as well.
Oh, wow.
And I was going to say, I was going to ask you if little Antonio skis.
What are the odds? Yeah, I'll show you a picture of him later, yeah.
Excellent. So this 7 then.
Yeah, over here he's going to draw past the 9 ball to play the 8 in the side and then get straight on the 9, shoot stop shot or draw back a bit. And he's in good shape here to go ahead 3-0.
just
Well, I
stroked
don't
that
think he
so
wanted to throw
nice.
it that much unless he didn't know. He could definitely make that on the side, but I don't know what he's going to do here. I would imagine if he's going to, so he's going to go to the corner. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's where he wanted to play, though. I'm pretty sure he wanted to play the side pocket at the beginning because the 8 does go on the side.
This is missable. But not when you cue them like that. It's not. Great shot. Well. Jason Short, Mr. 714, has come out. Guns blazing.
And after this 10, we are going to go to a break, Mark.
The hitman. He's getting hit. We'll be back very soon, guys. Welcome back, guys, to the CSI Predator World 10 Ball Championships here in lovely Las Vegas. Jason Short got off to a great start, 3-0 ahead, breaking off. Alternate break, of course.
Hit those pretty hard and made the 1 in the corner. Does he have a shot on the 2? I think he does.
Yeah, there's a window there, look, Tony, and he's going to jump right through that.
Yeah. Well, he might. I mean, if he can get past that 5 with follow, he might be able to play position for the 3. If not, it's going to be a little tricky.
I know he's got great cue power, hasn't he? Just some big, big results to bring you guys. Sharik Saeed has beaten Ko Pin Yi on the hill 8-7.
That's a very, very good win for him there.
Denis Grabe has beaten Radoslav Babica 8-6. And listen to this for a result. Blaine Barkas has beaten Kun Lin Wu 8-7. Great, great performance there. Oh, he's overhit this.
7? Nope.
Oh, hit that really well, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Beautifully played. Well, I saw you playing Denis Grabe last night, and I'm going to let you into a little secret. After the match, I always have a little word with Denis, a friend of mine, and he said, this was his exact words, and the way he said it, wow, man, that was tough. I've never been so nervous.
He told me the same thing at the bottom. Look at that. Wow. Caught a little bit of a double kiss there. He told me the same thing because lately him and I have been going back and forth. And and he's such a fierce competitor. And I just happen to play near perfect every time I play him. And I did in the beginning to the middle of the match last night, and then we were tied at 5-5. I missed an easy 8 ball to go ahead 6-5, and it cost me the match. But I was in it the entire time. But what a great! It's such a pleasure to be able to play him. I told him that, starting to finally feel comfortable, and it's all thanks to watching players like him and everyone else. Because when you stop competing for a long time, you start realizing that you become a little lackadaisical. And I told him last night, I said, you guys take every shot as serious as cancer. You guys are so like super duper putting your heart and soul into every shot. And I realized I wasn't doing that. So now I'm starting to get into that comfort zone, but it's starting to make you realize how hard it is. If you're not, it becomes easier as you do it more and more. But when you're not used to putting that much effort in each and every single shot, you're not really doing yourself any justice.
Yeah, that's a really good point, that, because it's so easy just to, take your foot off the gas and think, oh, this is an easy shot, I don't really need, this is already in. But you really do have to concentrate on every single shot. And we've seen that with the Las Vegas Open events, the US Pro Billiard Series, with the prize money more than doubling. Now people are saying, hey, this is a serious competition, a tournament. There's big money on offer here. This is our job. It's time to go to work.
It's true. Absolutely. 100%. And that's what everyone's doing. They're putting in the time in their game. It's showing. It's showing the way that these guys are playing. Very nice.
This is
Three-railer
beautiful
there.
stuff here from Jason Shaw. Terrific stuff. So this then to go 4-0. He's halfway to the magic 8. So we are here at the Rio All Suites Casino in Las Vegas. And I've been invited later to a little show of what the Rio is going to begin to look like. There's a huge renovation coming up here, Tony. As soon as this event finishes, the tables go out, we go out, and the builders, the construction companies come in, and they're doing a massive refurbishment of, what do you call it here, a remake, a remodeling?
Wow. When is that taking place?
It's taking place immediately after this. They're going to start doing the rooms floor by floor.
Wow. And
by the time we come back here next September, it's going to be a totally different place. It's been getting a little bit old, let's be honest about things, but next year it's going to look totally different, guys. So there's lots of great things to look forward to in 2023 here at the Rio.
Well, hopefully it'll be safer too, if you know what I'm talking about. So I think so. Vegas is a crazy place.
Well, it's called Sin City. Yeah. There's certainly been some people committing some sins. I'm not one of them, though. I've been a very good boy since I got here. So, guys, hit us up in the chat if you've got any questions for Tony or me. I'm not sure I can answer them, but I know Tony will be able to. Let us know what you're up to, who your favourite player is, what cue you play with. Let's get involved with the chat, Tony.
I play with an old icon cue that they no longer make. It has turquoise in it. It's a very beautiful cue. I love it. I have a couple of new ones that I'm going to try out soon. So Thorsten is just trying to get on board here. So, he doesn't have time to worry about what's happened up to this point. As I mentioned earlier, the important thing that I've taken away playing in the US Pro Billiard Series since I started was the lack of focus that I had and commitment that I had to each and every single shot. And I'm putting my heart and soul into every shot now, and it's starting to show, and I'm starting to feel really good.
That's good to hear, mate, because I know you're a great player. Well, you're a world champion. A Mosconi Cup player twice. You know your onions, as we say.
That's right.
In the UK. You know your stuff, mate, and it's great that you're beginning to pass it on with your clinics and just your general attitude around events. It's great to see, always talking and helping players. It's nice to see. Oh, he's missed this by a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he never got close with that, and that's because he hasn't had any time at the table, really. Can't get going. Jason Shaw is dominating.
Yeah.
Well, this is perfect position, isn't it, Tony? You'd love to be here, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Who wouldn't, right?
Uh-huh.
Did he overhit that?
Just slightly. So
Oh, he's good. He's good. He's just going to follow it one rail.
yeah, perfect. He always looks as if he's not trying, Jason Shaw, but inside.
Kind of reminds me a bit of Darryl Strawberry, former Major League Baseball player. Whenever he hit a home run, his swing was so effortless that when he hit it, you think it was a pop fly, and he went over the fence. He would go over the fence.
So this 10 ball then, and we'll go for a short break with Jason Shaw leading Torsten Hohmann 5-0. Welcome back to the CSI Predator World 10 Ball World Championships here, Tony, and how exciting is this? World Championships, to be commentating on it. Well, it's a pleasure for me to be sat next to a world champion. Yourself, you know what it feels like to lift that trophy above your head.
It's the greatest feeling on planet Earth. You know, when I won my first major title here in 2004 and I lifted up that trophy, well, wow, I said I waited so long for this to happen, you know, because for years you watch players win one right after the other and you wonder if you'll ever be there, you know. And it was at the Riviera Hotel too, which is no longer here, you know. But it would be nice to eventually lift one up here in the Rio.
Well, the way you're going, I've seen a growth in your game, or a regrowth, I should say, in your game.
I agree.
Since you started playing these US Pro Billiard Series events, you're getting better, stronger, more consistent, and it is all the hard work that you're putting in that's paying off, right?
Yeah, I have been putting in some time, and you know, I have access. I'm friends with all the players, so you know, it's like. Yesterday, I went to Roland Garcia, and I said, hey, Roland, you know, I see you shoot this shot so well. Wow, look, he overhit that. He overhit that pretty badly. And
Yep,
you know,
Roland
I ask them
Garcia.
questions, and they're always helpful. So when they teach me something, I teach them something. I give them something in return. We help each other out like that, and you know, we're like a family, you know.
He really overhit that, and he's got a long cue anyway. Then he put another extension on it, and he had about 2.5 foot of overhang of cue from his bridge hand there. So it's really hard to control the speed of that, and he overhit it, Tony. Now,
Yeah.
will he play the 8 ball here? Can he cut this onto the 8?
I can't tell if he can hit it thin enough from here. It's hard to tell from this angle.
I think that's what he's looking at.
Maybe we can get a closer look from a different angle.
He is on a shot clock. He's going to call his extension here, I think. Well, he hasn't got one. He called it, I think.
He probably called it already.
He's calling it inside, but he's playing safe behind the 4, obviously. Well, didn't realise he could hit it that hard, Tony. What a great shot this is, but it's quite easy to hit and make this one, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if he made it and he got on the 3, that would be nice, but I'm not sure if that 5 ball goes. If the 5 ball doesn't go, maybe he has a 5-10 carom, or he can put the 5 in front of the 10 and play safe. But, you know, first things first, he has to make the kick.
Yeah. Wow. When your luck's out, your luck's out. Is that going to double kiss in? It's not going to make it.
Almost scratched.
He's going to bank this, Tony?
I think he would. I would go for this bank. Because it's manageable. The control of the cue ball is manageable. It's not a super difficult bank. But, you know, sometimes players like to be a little careful. Maybe he'll consider playing safe. He went for the bank. He overcut it.
Got a nice little rub of the green there. Just caught that jaw, sending it across to the middle of the rail.
No, and he left him with a very awkward. I mean, he might have to call the bank, because he has a very awkward angle. He can't hit this and put the cue ball behind the 5, 10, and 6, and you know, without the 2 ball escaping. So I think here he called the right shot. You have to go for the bank.
Yeah,
that's the speed. Very nice speed. Go back towards. You just don't want to leave the combination.
Is he going to break them up? Is he going to
break
break
the
them up?
combination? Yeah.
Wow.
See, now is a 10 dead off the 5 ball? It looks like it might be. Because if it is, all he has to do is make contact with the 2 ball, and 2 ball hits a 10 off the 5. I mean, yeah, the 10 ball off the 5, that's correct. So I don't know. Is a 10 on or not? I can't tell from here.
I can't either. He's pointing everywhere. I don't know what he's doing.
Is he going to try to put him behind the 4? I don't know. I'm not sure. He is trying to put him behind the 4. Yep. Very great shot. He hit that great.
Oh, fantastic shot. Great shot, Jason Shaw. Torsten going through the ringer at the moment. Had that one chance, but of course when he got the chance, Tony, he was still cold. Jason shut him out of the first half of this match.
Yeah, and right here, he can either go aggressive and call a ball, whether it's the 5 or the 10 or whatever, or he can just hit it soft and try to, you know, get the 2 ball past those balls and place a cue ball behind one of them. Either way, it's a tough shot, but I think the safety is a better option. I would consider jumping and then coming off the rail and running into the 10, leaving the cue ball behind the 6.
How's he hit
How
this?
did he hit it? He hit it great.
Great shot. Tap on the table and appreciation from Jason Shaw. Little ripple of applause as well from the audience. Nice to see people in here watching some top-class pool. We do have 110 other bar box tables in this room alone where the BCA World Championships are being played, and also the USA Pool League National Championships. And there's around 5,000, over 5,000 people. Oh, that's a great shot. And that was played as well. Knew exactly what he was doing there.
You can tell just by the speed, the way he hit it, the speed.
Yeah, and you find, Tony, now that even when jumping, players are using it to play safe as well. It's not just a question of making balls anymore. They're using them not to make balls as well, you know, to play safety.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you use a jump stick to kick. to jump over a ball just to kick or even to curve it. You can actually massage the ball in the jump shot. Oh, watch a cue ball.
It's in. It's in.
Just can't seem to get anything going right for him, fortunately.
He's having one of them days at the moment.
Yeah. You know, I've spoken to you about this before where, you know, sometimes you're playing in a tournament, you're doing well, but you're always hoping that you don't end up with what I call the match, where everything, absolutely everything goes wrong.
Yeah. I've had loads of them in my life. I know exactly what they are. Yeah, we do have the ladies Alpha Las Vegas going on at the moment as well. Some great players in that. Just watching Jeannie Seaver play. Played some great stuff in her win.
So does a 6 go? And if it does not, is a 6-10 carom on? It looks like it is from here.
It does, yeah. I mean, Michaela will be having a look at this maybe. When he's made this 4, will he try and move something, Tony?
No, he's not going to try to move anything.
Not off this 5 ball? You don't like moving the 6-10?
Well,
no?
I mean, if the 6-10 carom is on, it's not necessary.
Okay.
Right? The one thing that I learned playing straight was if you come off the rail here, Mark, and you go in a direct line towards the 10, now you're going in a direct line towards the 10 and the 6. So if you hit the 10 and dead straight, you get stuck.
Yeah,
you have to hit in the side.
Yeah.
So let's see if he calls a 6. I think he's calling the 10.
He's
right?
calling the 10, yeah. The 6 doesn't go clearly.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
it does.
it does. Whoa,
It does, yeah.
dear, oh dear.
It actually didn't look like it went from
It
here.
didn't,
Yeah.
did it? So 6-0 then, Jason Short, and things beginning to look a little bit desperate. Now, what a gentleman Torsten Holman is, straight out of his chair to help get the balls out of the pocket, even though he's just been sat there, shut out. Now, Tony, I know we've been through this before.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you to explain, you know, we've obviously got different people in the chat now, different viewers watching all around the world. Describe to me your shot routine so that people, are, you know, out there listening that are maybe a 300 Fargo, 400 Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
What is a good way to approach a shot?
And we spoke about this the other day during one of the matches. I said I think the most important thing is to make sure that you line up your body in a direct, straight line to the shot. A lot of times when people are feeling it and they're in dead stroke and they're like in hyper mode and they're running out, they end up shooting so fast and so quickly they end up approaching the shot from the side. And by approaching it from the side, part of their body isn't lined up with the shot, and the tendency is to have moving parts. And when you have moving parts, you're more than likely to cue the ball incorrectly and end up missing the ball.
So get in line every time.
There you go. You always, you're like my 4-year-old son. He says, I rhyme all the time. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I think it's just nice to get to, you know, to make up little sayings like that that people can easily remember, and they think, oh, hang on a minute, yeah, get in line every time.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, it's just easier to remember, right?
Love it, love it,
You can use that in your book and upcoming videos if you want.
Absolutely. I'm probably going to contact you for that because I'm going to start releasing, doing some videos for my YouTube channel finally.
I'm with you all the way, mate. You know that. I love what you do.
Well, you know, I'm doing a
I
clinic. No, I appreciate that. I'm doing a clinic in Austin, Texas, May 22nd, Sunday. So anyone interested in having me do a clinic in their home state, I'll be more than happy to. Just reach out to me on Facebook, send me a private message, and I'll do the best that I can to make it happen. Did he overdraw that?
Yes.
Maybe. Can't tell. Can he curve it? Maybe jump it? We're about to find out.
He's just
if it's
twisting
just a little
it.
curve, then
yeah,
he doesn't
just
really,
twisting it, isn't he, round the 4 ball? So you say you've got some clinics going on, Tony. I've got this terrible bad back. Can you sort that out for me?
keep it, stretch a lot before you play pool, stretch a lot after you play pool, and keep playing pool.
Play pool in between.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a blast yesterday with, not yesterday, the night before, with Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and Jose Alberto Delgado. I was teaching him some straight pool in one of the bar tables after they closed the tables. We were having a good time. Edie, on my YouTube channel, you just look it up, Tony Robles on YouTube. I also did a video for Condé Nast called 15 Levels of Pool. And in 1 month, it's already gotten close to 400,000 views. So you can see my name there and click on it and then go to my personal channel. I would appreciate that very much. So you overcut that one a bit, got away with it, right? Again, like I said, it's one of those matches where nothing seems to go right. He misses a jump
The
shot.
match, it's that match.
Yeah, the match.
The match, yeah. So, Lufthansa Airways are going airborne. Now then, has he made it? Oh,
wow.
wow,
It's
look at this. Straight in on the 3. Looking at that 5 ball again. Again, that 5 and 10 are together. Look, Tony, remember the last rack?
Yeah, the last rack there
5,
was a
6 and 10, yeah.
5, 6 and 10. Yeah. The clinic is going to be held at Skinny Bob's on Sunday, May 2nd. Someone's asking. And then on that same day, later on in the day, I'm going to be doing another clinic for beginners. The first one's going to be for advanced players. The second one's going to be for intermediate and beginning players. And that one's going to be held at Betsy's in Austin, also in Austin.
I wish I could be at one of those. I'd love to watch you going through your coaching.
I think you try to break it up there. Try to break it up.
Yeah, it's gone wrong. Now then, this could be a chance for Torsten after this shot. It does go as well, I think. I looked like that. It went to me, did it you?
I think if it went, he wouldn't have tried to break it
but
up.
I just got a quick glimpse of that 5 ball, and it looked like the tiniest gap. I'm not questioning him, of course.
Maybe a mini Mack truck?
A mini Mack truck, yeah, pickup truck we call them.
Ooh, he touched it. He touched it.
He did?
He touched it.
Wow.
That ball barely moved. Barely moved.
Well, I wonder has it pushed it on or made it even tighter? Now, get behind it. Then that's exactly what I saw last time. I thought
that doesn't go.
It doesn't go?
Mm-mm. He went for it,
He
but
went
I don't know,
for it.
maybe he went for the 10. I don't know, but I didn't think that ball went.
Oh, Torsten's having a torrid time of this. He could be going on the hill here. The last match that you were commentating on, Alex Kazakis and Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, was quite the marathon, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one went hill, and Francisco was down 7-5 and came back tied at 7-7 and made one hell of a run out hill.
Very good friends, Jason and Torsten. Spent a lot of time in New York, as did you, Tony, with the Predator Tour.
Yeah.
Any plans to rejuvenate that?
No, none whatsoever. I am retired from that. I'm enjoying life. Now that I stopped doing that, it's opened up a ton of time, and I can actually go watch my 4-year-old boys' T-ball games on Saturdays now.
What are you gonna do?
So yeah. Yeah, I appreciate everyone subscribing to my channel. Thank you for that.
Wow, in it goes. Wow. So let's talk a little bit about this Jesus. Everyone's talking about it, so we might as well. The Jesus Atencio jump shot, the double jump.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would describe it as the best I've seen.
I mean, he's an incredible jumper as it is, but, you know, he's really got that double jump down pat. And you know who also did one yesterday? Little Ko Pin Chung.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He also did a double jump. He didn't make it, but he made the hit.
Well, I've got another little story for you, because I was told a little story by Jessica Westbrook, a avid fan and viewer of our pool matches. And Skylar Woodward actually made it 7 times in a row. They recreated the exact same shot that Jesus done, and he got it 7 times in a row. But it was on a 7-foot table. Now, I've got a question. Is it easier or harder to make that shot on a 7-footer?
The distance is less, but the fact that the distance is less, it makes it easier for you to jump the ball off the table, but it also depends on the jump cue that you have. You know, if you have a jump cue that doesn't jump as well as the other jump cues, it's going to be a lot tougher. There's some jump cues that you just can't do a double jump with. It's just good enough to jump over a ball.
Well, there is a video of it, guys, on Facebook. Go and have a look on Jessica Westbrook's
I hope
timeline.
Thorsten remembers that this is not a win if he makes a 10.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
Imagine that. That would just about finish his day off perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
But he'd still be okay, though. Unless he started grabbing all the balls like a certain young man I know did
Yeah.
in his first match.
Very nice combo. Very, very nice.
Controlled it well, didn't he, Tony?
There's no quit in Toasty. There's no quit in him.
No.
Doesn't exist. Doesn't matter what the score is.
Is that what you call him, Toasty?
Yeah, that's what we call him in New York. We've been calling him Toasty for years.
Well, I suppose yourself being the silent assassin, you can hardly call him the hitman, can you? What's your favourite nickname of any player? Have you got one?
Oh, I have one.
Yeah, come on then.
I've heard some doozies, but I mean, I'll tell you my favorite one. But one of my favorite has always been the Duchess of Doom. I absolutely love that nickname for Alison Fisher. But I think that for my favorite all-time one, it was a buddy of mine who I always felt bad for because he's such a good kid and he's a good player, but he was notorious for being slow. And someone came up to him one time, hey, what do you think about your nickname? And he says, I've had worse. And I said, what else have they named you? They named him Slow Torture. Oof. Right? But ultimately, he played Jason Shaw a couple of times too, and Jason Shaw was frustrated.
Oh, he's mixed it. Well,
but his name was the Time Bandit. Absolutely,
that's clever.
Someone asked if I was in the top 5. Yes, actually, when I won my first major tournament here in Vegas, I was ranked #1 for about a month. That put me in the #1 spot, and in that year, I beat Max Eberle by 5 points to make it to the Mosconi Cup, because back then you had to earn your way into the Mosconi Cup by points, and I had just beaten him by 5 points in the last tournament of the year. So,
well, Eagle Eye swooping for the win. This is going to be, unfortunately, an 8-0 by the looks of it for Thorsten HOHMANN. He's just got to put it down to one of them days, Tony.
Yeah.
And this is the loser's side, of course, so he will be out. This is Jason Shaw to go 8-0, and we'll be back at 4 p.m. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.